Hello, Yahuwah. Good morning. I am up doing a study, and I'm going to be reading Numbers chapter 18 and 19 for this video study. Hello, yeah. These videos are for whoever I make it to, specifically for my grandchildren in the future to come. But today, whoever the Most High have for it to come across and receive it. Numbers chapter 18. And Yahuwah said unto Aaron, You and your sons and your father's house with you shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and your sons with you shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. So the sanctuary and the priesthood. And your brethren also of the tribe of Levi, for your sons and your brothers, the tribe of your father, bring with you, that they may be joined to you. So of the house of Levi, Aaron, he said his brothers too. So it's the whole house of Levi. And minister, to be joined to you and minister to you. But you and your sons with you shall minister before the tabernacle of witness, and they shall guard your watch. In the watch of the tabernacle, only they shall not come close to the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, that neither they nor you also die. So if these are commandments for the house of Levi. You have these pastors out here, which are not blood Levites, doing this thing that is a deadly offense because they're not holy, including taking tithes. Wonder why it's so much evil in the world? Because all of the holy things are being broken and they are sacred. And they shall be joined to you, and guard the watch of the tabernacle of the assembly, for all the service of the tabernacle, and the stranger shall not come close to you. And you shall guard the watch of the sanctuary, and the watch of the altar, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Yisrael. And I, behold, I have taken your brethren, the Leviim, from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift for Yahuwah, to do the service of the tabernacle of the assembly. Therefore you and your sons with you shall guard your priest's office for everything of the altar and within the veil. So if not even the whole house of Yaakov can come into a priest's office, what makes a pagan think that they can? Their demon god. But Christianity is purely satanic. It's a cult, as is America. For everything of the altar and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest's office to you as a service gift, and the stranger that comes close to you shall be put to death. That comes close to all those not of Levi acting in the office of the priest and all of that stuff, to be put to death. And Yahuwah spoke to Aaron, Behold, I also have given you charge of my heave offerings, and of all the hallowed things of the children of Israel. To you have I given them by reason of anointing, and to your sons by ordinance forever. This shall be yours of the most holy things. reserved from the fire, every gift of theirs, every oblation of theirs, every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render to me, shall be most holy for you and for your sons. So these were the offerings. It wasn't even cash, right? It was specific. When you have a heave offering, a sin offering, we're supposed to give specific animals, 2 lambs, right? And that's not the specific thing, but they had specific animals and stuff for specific holy rituals for the Most High. Now they do demonic ones. Now they just be like, bring me money. Yahuwah didn't ask for money. It was to teach all his children a lesson. If we're bringing our brethren, every time we make a mistake and they don't make money, they live off of our sacrifices. At some point in some generation, they're going to be hoping that we make mistakes because it's how they eat, right? The Most High does all things to teach his children, right? My mind is not as great as the Father, nowhere near, but my wisdom is from the Father. Seek and know yourself. In the most holy place shall you eat it. Every male shall eat of it. It shall be holy to you. And this is yours, the heave offering and their gift, with all the wave offerings of the children of Yisrael. I have given them to you and to your sons and to your daughters with you by a statute forever. Everyone that is clean in your house shall eat of it. All the best of the oil and the best of the wine and of the wheat, the first fruits of them. Oh yeah, there's also because there's first fruits and all, there's many good reasons for us to give oblation offerings and stuff as well, not just for making up for sin and all that stuff. But the Most High does everything to teach his children. So it's up to you what you choose. And if you're choosing something you don't want to, call on the Most High, he'll save you. And all of the best of the oil, and all of the best of the wine, and the wheat, the first fruits of them, which they shall offer to Yahuwah, them have I given you. And whatsoever is the first ripe in the land, which they shall bring to Yahuwah, shall be yours. Everyone that is clean in your house shall eat of it. Everything devoted in Yisrael shall be yours. Everything that opens the womb in all flesh, which they bring to Yahuwah, whether it be of man or beast, shall be yours. Nevertheless, the firstborn of men shall you surely redeem. And the firstling of the unclean beast shall you redeem. And those that are to be redeemed from a month old shall you redeem according to your estimate. For the money of 5 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 gerahs. So to redeem it, they either are giving it back to the parent, or the parent is giving it to them at that age. I don't fully understand that. And if they're giving it back to the parent, though, they said that it would be redeemed with money, right? With the shekels. So for the price of their son, right? Because everything that opens the matrix, the firstborn of everything, belongs to the Most High. So the Most High on earth put Aaron, not Catholic priest, Not anybody else. Put Aaron over that. It says if any try to act in the office of Aaron, they must be put to death. That is not Aaron. But the firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, you shall not redeem. They are holy. You shall sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shall burn their fat for an offering made by fire. So yeah, you should restore the rest. And again, this part, this is not my area of expertise at all. And shall burn their fat upon the offering made by fire for a sweet savor to Yahuwah. And the flesh of them shall be yours, and the wave beast, and as the right shoulder are yours. All the heave offerings of the holy things which the children of Yisrael do offer to Yahuwah have I given you, and your sons and your daughters with you, by a statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before Yahuwah, to you and your seed with you. And Yahuwah spoke to Aaron, you shall have no inheritance in their land, neither shall you have any part among them. I am your part and your inheritance among the children of Israel. Pastors, popes cannot act in the office of Aaron, and they don't keep all of it. They only keep the part that benefit them, and they change so much. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth of Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the assembly. Neither, in your Christian Bibles where it says assembly, it would say church, but it just means assembly, gathering the people, right? Church was a created word a couple hundred years ago. Even the service of the tabernacle of the assembly, neither must the children of Yisrael henceforth come close to the tabernacle of the assembly, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the assembly, and they shall bear the iniquity. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. Among the children of Israel, they have no inheritance, but the tithe of the children of Israel. So the rest of Israel inherited land. Levi, which is the priest office, they inherited the tithes and the tenth of the land. Pastors are blasphemously acting in this office, which they offer as a heave offering to Yahuwah. I have given the Levites to inherit. Therefore I have said to them among the children of Israel, they shall have no inheritance. And Yahuwah spoke to Moses, saying, thus speaks the Leviim, and say to them, when ye take the children of Israel the tithes, which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then you shall offer up a heave offering of it for Yahuwah, even a tenth part of the tithe. And this is your heave offering, shall be reckoned to you. And this your heave offering shall be reckoned to you, as though it were grain of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress. Thus shall ye offer a heave offering to Yahuwah, all your tithes which you received of the children of Israel, and ye shall give thereof Yahuwah's heave offering to Aaron the priest. Out of all your gifts ye shall offer every heave offering of Yahuwah of all the best thereof, even the hallowed part thereof, out of it. Therefore you shall say to them, when ye have heard, when you have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted to the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, and as the increase of the winepress. And ye shall eat in every place, and ye shall eat it in every place, you and your households, for it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the assembly, and you shall bear no sin by reason of it. When you have heard from it, when you have heaved from it the best of it, neither shall ye pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest you die. Everybody has their part. People can't just come in and do the part, right? We must study for ourselves. The helper is with us. Moving on to chapter 19. And Yahuwah spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, okay, now I'm also doing my homework over here. Oh no. Okay, start recording. Why? Okay, I need... And Yahuwah spoke to Moses and unto Aaron, saying, this is the ordinance of the Torah. Okay, that's where it stops saying. This is the ordinance of the Torah which Yahuwah has commanded, saying, speak to the children of Israel, that they bring you a red heifer without spot, with no blemish, and upon which never came yoke. This is the ordinance of the Torah which Yahuwah has commanded, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, that they may bring you a red heifer without spot, wherein is no blemish, and upon which never came yoke. That's 2. Three. And ye shall give her to Eleazar the priest, that he may bring her forth without the camp, and one shall slay her before his face. And ye shall give her unto Eleazar the priest, that ye may bring her forth without the camp, and one shall slay her before his face. Yahweh, your will be done. Eleazar the priest shall take of her blood with his finger, and sprinkle of her blood directly before the tabernacle of the assembly 7 times. And Eleazar the priest shall take of her blood with his finger, and shall sprinkle of her blood directly before the tabernacle of the assembly 7 times. And one shall burn the heifer in his sight, her skin and her flesh, and her blood, with her dung shall he burn it. And one shall burn the heifer in his sight, and her skin and her flesh and her blood with her dung. Shall he burn. And the priest shall take the cedar wood, and hyssop, and scarlet, and cast it into the midst of the burning of the heifer. And the priest shall take the cedar wood, and the hyssop, and the scarlet, and cast it into the midst of the burning of the heifer. 7. Then the priest shall wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp. And the priest shall be unclean until evening. Then the priest shall wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his flesh in the water, and afterward he shall come into the camp, and the priest shall be unclean until the evening. And he that burns her shall wash his clothes in water, and bathe his flesh in water. And shall be unclean until evening. And he that burns her shall wash his clothes in water, and bathe his flesh in water, and shall be unclean until evening. And a man that is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer, and lay them up without the camp, in a clean place. And it shall be kept for the assembly of the children of Yisrael, for a water of separation. It is a purification for sin. And a man that is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer, and lay them without the camp in a clean place. And it shall be kept for the assembly of the children of Israel for a water separation. It is a purification for sin. And he that gathers the ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until evening. And it shall be to the children of Israel, and to the stranger that sojourns among them, for a statute forever. And he that gathers the ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the evening. And it shall be unto the children of Israel, and unto the stranger that sojourns among them, for a statute forever. Christianity have replaced our holy rituals with satanic rituals. Excuse me. He that touches the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. He that touches the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be clean. But if he purifies not himself the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean. He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself on the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean. See, these are good. They tell us how to keep ourselves from disease and sickness. There is a way. Whosoever touches the dead body of any man that is dead, and purifies not himself, defiles the tabernacle of Yahuwah. And that soul shall be cut off from Israel, because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. And he shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. Whosoever touches the dead body of any man that is dead, and purifies not himself, defiles the tabernacle of Yahuwah. and that soul shall be cut off from Israel, because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. He shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. This is the Torah. Your Christian Bibles will say law. It will say this is the law. It will say this is the law. But Torah means law. This is the Torah. When a man dies in a tent, all that come into the tent and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days. This is the Torah when a man dies in a tent, and all that come into the tent and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days. Abba Yahuwah, please save us. And every vessel, in every open vessel which has no covering bound upon it is unclean. And every vessel which has no covering bound upon it is unclean. And whosoever touches one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. And whosoever touches one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. And for an unclean person they shall take of the ashes of the burnt heifer of the purification for sin, and running water shall be put into the vessel. For an unclean person they shall take of the ashes of the burnt heifer of purification for sin, and running water shall be put thereto in a vessel. And a clean person shall take hyssop, and dip it in water, and sprinkle it upon the tent, and upon all the vessels, and upon the persons that were there, and upon him that touched a bone, or one slain, or one dead, or a grave. And a clean person shall take hyssop, and dip it in the water, and sprinkle it upon the tent, and upon the vessels, and upon the persons that were there, and upon him that touched a bone, or one slain, or one dead, or a grave. And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the clean, and the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day. And on the 7th day he shall purify himself, and wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and shall be clean at evening. And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day. And on the 7th day he shall purify himself, and wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and shall be clean at evening. But the man that shall be unclean, and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from among the assembly, because he has defiled the sanctuary of Yahuwah. The water of separation has not been sprinkled upon him, he is unclean. But the man that shall be unclean, and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from among the assembly, because he has defiled the sanctuary of Yahuwah. The water of separation has not been sprinkled upon him, he is unclean. And it shall be a perpetual statute to them, that he that sprinkles the water of separation shall wash his clothes, and he that touches the water of separation shall be unclean until evening. And it shall be a perpetual statute unto them. Perpetual means never ending. That he that sprinkles water of the water of separation shall wash his clothes, and he that touches the water of separation shall be unclean until evening. And whatsoever the unclean person touches shall be unclean, and the soul that touches it shall be unclean until evening. And whatsoever the unclean person touches shall be unclean, and the soul that touches it shall be unclean until evening. This is the office of Aaron that they must bear for Yahuwah. Not the Catholic priest, not a Christian priest, not anyone but the house of Levi. Getting our bodies in order. Those that have exalted themselves to the place of a Levite need to step down, or word from Yahuwah, death is coming to you. That was what I'm working on today. This video part is finished, and I'm about to move on to other things to glorify the Most High. Hallelujah.